What's going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's video. Today we are going to talk about the attractive qualities that you have. This is a pick a card, so basically what you're going to do is pick from the selection. Now I did something a little differently today. I have covered the words on the bottom of these cards. I've covered those with the backs of the saying deck. So you can't see the words, but I want you to pick based off of what image most resonates with you without you knowing what the word on the card says or the sentence. I want you to pick based off of what image resonates with you. Okay, so we have 5 piles. We have 5 cards, sorry. There are 5 cards. So this will be card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. Okay, so once again, pick off of what image resonates most with you. And don't forget to subscribe down below and like this video. And I'm going to go ahead and see you guys at your card selection, okay? Okay, so here we are with card number 1. And it is a picture of a feminine-like woman. I'm assuming she's a woman, but anyway, she's blue tone, and then she has this like purple orb-esque like image around her. I don't know if it's picking up because my lights are a little bright. And then there is a triangle in the back. So what does this card say? One second, hold on, let's do this. Oh, here we go. It says, I spread joy. Can you see that? Okay. It says, I spread joy. That's what the card looks like. And that is going to be the overall, vibe that I'm getting from you guys that picked this card, is that you are generally, like, the attractive quality that you have is just, you are a really like nice, joyful, pleasant person to be around. I get the vibe that you guys are fun, you guys are naturally loving, you guys are the ones that put smiles on people's faces, you guys are just you're just a good time. Like, people just genuinely like to be in your space, they like to be around you. And I feel like for some of you guys that might even be a little annoying because sometimes you want your alone time, sometimes you need to recoup, but because of that quality that you have of just being that like fun, good time, just positive vibes, like you are those positive vibe only people. And so people are drawn to that. People like that energy. People pick up on that energy, even if they don't consciously know they're doing it, they pick up on that. And so that is actually great for you guys because you don't have any trouble making friends and establishing relationships because people genuinely like positive people. And you guys just seem very like, you naturally uplift people. I see you guys just being the, that people go to like get advice from whenever they're feeling down and out. You're the person that they call. I just feel that essence from you guys, that you guys are just really like, you guys are just really positive, good people, and so that's what I'm getting from just that card alone. Now I'm going to go into the tarot and we're going to get some more details about this card. Okay, so I'm going to put this card up here. I'm going to move my light, maybe turn it off, turn it on. That's a little bright. Yeah, I'm going to keep that light off. And maybe no, we're gonna just keep the light off. So yeah, going into the tarot, we're gonna just pick some cards to get some more in-depth details about the attractive qualities that you have. Okay, so the first card, oh, and by the way, these all are going to be read upright for the purpose of the reading that we're doing. Okay, just a side note. So the first card I have is the Ten of Cups card. And so that just tells me, like I said, you're just a naturally positive, good-hearted person. And I do feel like you're very in sync with how you feel and also in sync with how to make other people feel good. Like, you are the one that they go to. I said that before. You are the one that people go to when they need to feel good. And it's a trait that you might have even had, at birth. This doesn't seem to be like a real effort for you guys that picked card number 1. You guys just naturally feel when people need to hear something that is happy. You are naturally able to lift people's spirits. And this card really just highlights the fact that you are able to, you have in some ways mastered the ability of managing emotions, managing your emotions and other people's emotions. Also, what I want to say with this 10 of Cups card is that some of you all might be just natural empaths, and that may be the thing that's helping you guys put yourself in positions where you can talk and say the right things to the people that come into your life. So that's cool. And then I have this Queen of Wands card that came up. So with the Queen of Wands, tells me that you guys are go-getters, but you're also very methodical in what you say and what you do. I don't see you guys saying things that are just right off the top of your head. I see you guys being the type of people that think before they speak, that kind of try to be very aware and cognizant of the vibe that they're giving people, especially when someone's coming to you from a place of needing help. I see you guys taking that very seriously, and I see you guys really wanting to make sure that you're playing an effective role in that person feeling better. I feel like you are not so much a people pleaser, but I do feel like it makes you happy when you have kind of spread this love that you have for people, and that person feels it. I feel like that is your relief. I mean, not relief, but that is what you get out of it, But I do see you guys really being very, excuse me, I do see you guys being very aware and methodical about what it is that you're saying and what it is that you're doing and how you come across other people. And the reason why this is an attractive quality is because you kind of are not one of those kind of people that is one for controversies or drama. That Queen of Wands also tells me that you are not one for drama, that you are very secure with yourself, and you're just not, you're kind of like, I'm not going to entertain any of the foolishness and pettiness. I'm literally above that, but in a very humble way. That's what I'm getting from this as well. And people dig that because, who wants to be around someone that's just constantly drama filled? Definitely not the people that are in your life. So they really appreciate the fact that you are very aware of what's around you, what you're saying, what other people are saying around you, and you don't entertain the foolishness. And so that's what I'm getting for that Queen of Wands. I'm going to pick another card now. Yeah, so with the Six of Swords, that came up. And so even with that coming up right after this Queen of Wands, like I said, you just don't have time for the foolishness. And that makes you a very blunt person, but a person that people appreciate, because the reason why this is an attractive quality is people really dig people who know who they are, who've gotten to a place where they don't look for validation in other people. They don't look to fit in. This is the card that's really speaking to that. They're not looking for friends. Friends just come to them, but they're not doing anything outside of their personality or their natural just way of being to fit in. And actually what this also is saying is that they very much will just kind of, skirt out of the situation if it's not serving them. They're not going to partake in any foolishness. You are, sorry, not they. You are not going to take in any foolishness, because that is not going with your overall essence, which is being joyful people, which is spreading positivity and love to the beings that you interact with. And so with that, if you find yourself in a position that is not serving you, you are quick to get out of that situation, and you are also quick to advise others of the same. So even with that card, I see you guys as being like overseers. I see you guys as being teachers, counselors. I see you guys as being therapists, just people that, other beings can come to just kind of offload, and then you give them really good advice, and you kind of just make them feel loved and cherished and like they mean something, which is great because we need people like that in this time-space reality. And then we have the King of Swords right here, and that right there, just like, once again, you guys are so good with words. You guys are so good with being encouraging and positive natured, and people love that about you. I feel like you guys are very even toned. I feel like you guys are very like, for some reason, I am getting this, and I'm just going to say it. I don't know if this is going to make sense or anything, but I feel like some of you guys have understood that you've done this before, and I mean this lifetime. Like, you've been here before, you've been here and done that. And so I feel like that's why for some of you all, you have at an early age obtained this Queen of Wands and King of Swords energy, where even as a young child, people were just kind of feeling like, more than the average child, as far as your peers go, like, more than them, because you kind of already understood how this world works, and you've kind of at an early age assumed this position of just being the person that loves on other people, because you knew that coming into this world, they were going to need that. There were going to be people that were going to be purposefully brought into your life, and we're going to need that from you. Okay, and that's attractive too. Like, I think that is a dope quality to have, to just be a natural empath. I mean, I'm a natural empath too, so I could be biased, but I feel like being a natural empath and just knowing just instinctively the right things to say to people, and people just coming up to you and just talking to you and just telling their business to you, like, that is something you get all the time. It's not out of the normal. It's not unusual for someone, a complete stranger, just coming to you and just tell you their life story, and you know exactly what it is to say to them. That's the kind of people that you are, okay? So let me go into the Oracle deck, and I'm just going to pull a couple of cards to just give me just a teeny bit more insight on the other positive qualities that you guys have, okay? So then we have Mercury retrograde, reinvention, and then we have communicating. So it's just, to me, again, this is all about communicating. Even with the Mercury retrograde, reinvention, this is all about how you come off to other people, how you talk to other people, how other people talk to you. And with that King of Swords, you're just dominating this whole aspect and field, and that's why people just love you. You have the ability, even when you are coming from a very stern place, you come from a place of love, and you come from a place of genuineness, that it just, people receive what it is that you're saying. And that's why I said earlier, it makes for a good therapist, counselor, coach, mentor, anything that is going to be in the field of helping other people progress and transform, you guys would kill at, okay? And that's really just because, like I said, you have, or you are going to master the art of being able to effectively communicate with other people, other beings, and those that need your help, those that are sent here to obtain assistance from you, they're going to really love on you. And I see this, if it's not a career path for you, I see you guys doing very well in this career path if this you, because part of your natural quality, your natural attractive quality, and when I say attractive, it doesn't necessarily mean like physical attractiveness or what people want to date you for. It's just something that could just be a quality that attracts any and every type of person to you. It's what you exude that brings in. It's like a moth to a flame. Okay, that's the attractive word that's the relationship that I'm referring to when I say attractive. So it doesn't have to be romantic, but for you guys, I'm definitely feeling like the attraction is more on the lines of you being effective helpers for helping people transform and progress into the next stage of their life. So good. I mean, I think that you guys are beautiful people, whoever picked card number 1. And the fact that you even picked number 1 just tells me that you guys are just like go-getters. Like, we got to go out here. We got to take this. You know, she stands out from a lot of the other cards, and you know, that triangle too, like that 3 and the word in the number 3 representing new beginnings, a newness, the blueprint, fertility, you know, the birth of something beautiful. You know, I just believe that you guys are really more inclined to help people. So that is the reading that I have for all of you guys that picked card number 1. If this resonates with you, ashe, I'm so grateful. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Okay, so this is going to be for all of you beautiful beings that chose card number 2. Okay, so right now we have a woman who is Afrocentric out, and she's got all sort of details on her afro, different symbols, and then she's got the bird, and then she's got the feather coming out of her mouth, and her eyeshadow is just really, I'm digging the eyeshadow too, that one color fade out. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see what it says. It says, I speak with sincerity. There you go, you can see it there. I speak with sincerity. So right off the bat, you guys to me seem like you could be possible public speakers. You guys could possibly be authors. You guys could possibly be content creators. You guys could possibly be actors or actresses. I'm getting all of those just off the guise of being the one that stands out above the crowd. You guys naturally stand out. You guys could, I mean, and then on top of that, I'm also getting the vibe that some of you all that picked this card could be Leos. But anyway, I do feel like this card represents the epitome of standing out and capitalizing on your talents and the ability to morph into what is needed to become at that time, like a chameleon. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this is the card that tells me that even in your sincere efforts, you're just naturally able to come from a place of creating, and you're coming from a place of being able to create in a genuine, sincere fashion. You guys are a lot of times able to pull from your experiences, whether in this life or the last life. You're able to pull from experiences, and that's why I feel like you're able to kind of, in a chameleon sort of way, adjust to any sort of circumstance. I feel like for you guys, some of you all that have picked this card, you've come from a background of possibly like some real, like how do I say it? Like, you've come from a background of really going through some stuff, and it's made you this like survivor badass, which is awesome. And that's attractive. Like, it's attractive because people who come and talk to you, they know that you're speaking from experience, that you're speaking, like what it says, with sincerity, but you are speaking from sincerity because it's something that you've went through. So it's not hypothetical with you, because your background has been one where you went through some really like real stuff, like some real world stuff. You're able to put that role on in the event that you need to go to a public speaking engagement, or you need to, you know, pull from that emotion for an acting role. And so that's why I was like, if you guys are in the acting industry and you're watching this video and you pick this card, I do feel like that acting is something that you would be really good at, and I do feel like there is promise in you being, you know, fulfilled in that career. Okay, I do feel that for people who pick that card. Now I'm going to go into the tarot, and I'm going to get some more specific details about the attractive qualities that you have. Side note, all the cards that I'm reading are going to be upright because of the purpose of the nature of this video. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle just a little bit. Oh my goodness. When I tell you like 15 cards just flew out. and I'm going to keep all of them because I'm just feeling led to do that. I almost never do that, but I am very, very, when I hear Spirit say to do something and I hear it loud and clear, even if it doesn't make sense to me in the moment, I am always going to adhere. So let me just make sure and fix the ones that are in reverse. I'm going to make those upright, and then I'm just going to, how many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cards flew out for you guys. And card pile, card number 1 had, I think I pulled like 4. So just put that into perspective. Okay, card number 2. All right, so the first one is the Emperor. Okay, so right off the top with the Emperor, I mean, you guys, I said Leo earlier, but so that's even funny, but this is the Aries card. So maybe you're an Aries, maybe you're just a fire sign, and you could be a Sagittarius too. Either way, like I said, with the Emperor card, I do see you guys really just being really, really good at what it is that you do. And I feel like you take your craft super seriously, which is so attractive to be around someone with such a go-getter spirit, such a spirit of, not taking no for an answer. I feel that for you guys as well, that you guys are just like, you know what, I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it, and I don't have time for any naysayers or Debbie Downers. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and if you're not going to support me, the door's to the left. That's the vibe I'm getting for you guys. Yeah, it's just like you guys are really just, I don't see you guys as being, unwilling to bend or compromise. I do see you guys as being compromised, you guys being able to compromise, but it has to align with what it is that you want to do, because I see you guys on a driven path, and you're just not willing to accept less than what you have set out for yourselves, and that is super attractive. So good on you, the Emperor, for the Emperor card. Then I'm seeing the 7 of Wands. And so right off the top, what I'm seeing is that, like I said, you guys are go-getters, and you guys are willing to weather the storm. You guys are, I would say a word of caution is to pick your battles, but I do see you guys as being very consistent and persistent with where it is that you're trying to go, because you know that this is something that I need to do. This is something that this is part of my purpose of why I'm here. So I'm not going to let anything go against that. And so that's what I'm feeling for that 7 of Wands. And then the Tower card got pulled next to that. So really, if I'm looking at this from a linear fashion, it just looks like you guys are really in a stage of possibly preparing even for whatever happens. Like, you guys are prepared for it. I don't see you guys being those that are just like, because, and I said this before, because you guys have been through so much in your life, that, when things do happen, or when things unexpectedly just occur, you guys are like, oh, okay, this was nothing. Like, do you know my life story right now? And that's why I said you guys would make great public speakers and authors, because you guys have a testimony that is out of this world. Some of you guys. This is a general reading, so some of you guys this will resonate with. But for those it does, you guys have such a powerful testimony that, maybe there will be a time in which you kind of put a little bit of this 7 of Wands energy down, and you're able to write the book on everything that's happened to you, okay? And then I also pulled, so what also came out was the 3 of Wands, and I'm going to pull right next to that, make sure it's still in frame, and then right next to that is the 9 of Swords. So yeah, you guys have really been through a lot of stuff, and it's like, there are times when you are able to sit and reflect, and you guys have such a gratuitous nature at times where you can look back on, situations in which things were just really hard for you, and you maintain a positive outlook, an outlook that is optimistic. You maintain this, everything's going to work out for my favor, and it does work out for your favor, because you're naturally inclined to focus and to be goal-oriented. Your why for what it is that you're trying to do and set for yourself, for your life, your why is what drives you to become, it drives you so much that when things do, if they do end up, like, something happens that was unexpected, unplanned with this Tower energy, like, that Emperor comes in, it's like, you know what, some stuff happened, but we're still on path. We're still on the path of what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, like you don't sink. You guys are not sinkers at all. You float. If that makes sense. And I pulled the Two of Wands. Pulled the Two of Wands card. Then I pulled the Temperance card, and I pulled the Three of Hearts card. So some of you guys, if you guys were ever, this is just random, but if you guys were to ever take on a romantic role or a drama role where there is some sort of romance involved, you guys would kill it. I just want to say that right off the bat. You guys are very balanced, and you guys understand what this all is. I think you guys kind of understand the concept of what reality really is on a metaphysical level. And that's why, like I said, again, I feel like you've been able to endure some of the things that you have went through in your past. And that's attractive because if anyone else is ever going through something, you know exactly what to say to them. Okay? And you understand balance. You understand that, the yin and yang of everything, the way the natural laws of the universe work. Some of you guys do. Some of you guys have yet to, but you will along the lines. Perhaps there's a little bit more experience that will need to happen for you to understand that. But I do feel like some of you guys are already at the point where the spiritual awakening has happened, and there was transformation, and there was some shifting happening. And it's completely changed the way that you see things. Even with this Two of Wands energy, like it completely changed the way you see things. And so some of you guys, it's so funny because you might have just kind of been like a night and day aspect where like 1 minute you're this way and the next minute you're a different way, but a more evolved, high vibrating version of yourself. And that's cool too, because like I said, you are a chameleon, so you adjust to the scenario. So when people need for you to like feed into them on a higher vibrating level, you can quickly do that because it's just something that you can talentfully, I don't know if that's a word, but it's part of your natural talent and ability to just kind of put on this chameleon of a role and just be whatever that person or whatever that institution or whatever it is that you're being called to be in that moment, you can do it. That's what I'm trying to say. And like I said, again, with the Temperance card, and now we have the Two of Pentacles card here, balance is all over the place. I see you guys kind of looking back and reflecting on your past, but I don't see you guys letting that keep you stuck, okay? And that's something that you would want to watch out for too, is that you're not remaining stuck, okay? That's what I'm getting from that Five of Cups. But like I said, you guys do reflect back on some of the things that you've been through. And so that's why I'm saying, even with the Six of Cups card, that is even more confirmation for me to you guys that if you have not written a book, or you have never even thought about writing a book, for those of you guys who picked card number 2, and this resonates with, if you haven't thought about writing, if you've thought about writing a book but you haven't, I do think that you might want to spend some time brainstorming your book, especially if it's a book about your life, because I do feel like it's going to help a lot of people, okay? I see you guys as being naturally good writers, whether you have a history in writing or not, all right? So let me just pull, I'm going to pull one oracle card. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. So we pulled and I kicked the camera, sorry. We pulled the Jupiter Abundance card. So that is the card that I pulled for you guys. And well, we all know what Jupiter, well, some of you guys might not know, but it is the abundance planet. And so I feel like you guys are just like, if you're not feeling it already, then it will come to you guys very soon. But like the abundance of, material wealth, of spiritual elevation, you guys are really just going to be feeling the fruits of your labor. And like I said, if you are actors and actresses, or that resonates with you as far as something to do, I think you should do it, because I do feel like there is going to be some abundance on the other side of that. You guys are not fearless. You guys are not fearful people. I'm not getting that vibe, especially with all of this fire energy and these tarot cards. I feel like you guys are very fearless. And so don't be afraid to step out there. Don't be afraid to challenge yourselves. Don't be afraid to put yourself in situations that you hadn't put yourself in, because I do feel like with the overall vibe being abundance for you guys, that there's only going to be some reward on the other side of that, okay? So that is it for this reading. I do hope that this is something that resonates with you, and if it does, ashe, I'm very grateful. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Okay, so this is for all of my card 3 people, my card 3 beings out there. Okay, sorry, I had to start my little timer thing and make sure I start that, because I have a tendency to ramble. Anyway, so card number 3. This is what it looks like up close. So you've got just a lot of, you've got some pyramids, okay? You've got a lot of geometric shapes essentially. And this is what it says on the back of on the bottom of the card. It says, let me use one of my oracle cards to kind of put that into perspective. It says, I embrace the all. I hope you guys can see that. And so really, because I did some reading on this specific card, this is for all of my super spiritual folks. Like the fact that you picked number 3 and it's this card, I embrace the all. These are for the people that have recently went through any sort of spiritual elevation, awakening, transformation. I'm not going to get into the tarot just yet, but anyone who has felt that like death card energy, which is one of my favorite cards, you know, BTW, but I feel like this is the people that overstand this entire concept of like why we're here, why we do the things we do. You guys are very studious people. I see you guys as being like the bookworm, but like in the positive way, of course. But like, you know, you guys are always like, I kicked the camera, sorry. I feel like you guys are really you know, you're naturally inclined to ask questions, and you want to know the reason behind things. You like to have stimulating conversations. Some of you all could even be, you might even consider yourselves sapiosexual. Maybe that's a word that you use, or not, you know, that's a word that is familiar to you. You guys are just stimulated by knowledge. You're stimulated by conversations that actually mean something and go somewhere. I don't see you guys as being the type of people that they're just around people just for the sake of being around people. Like, you guys want real people that are about something that we can actually talk to and talk with about, you know, things that just elevate the mind, you know. Like I feel like that for you guys. Like, you guys are really big into meditation. You guys are probably super conscious about like what you're eating and you know how often you're eating, and you know I just see that for you guys. I feel like you guys really understand where you are in context to the world, the universe. You know, this whole concept of just like even numerology and astrology. Like, I feel like you guys are, even if you haven't, you are getting into it, or you've already been into it, and you know, you just like the concept of just knowing that there's so many things out there that you don't know. I feel like some of you guys that picked this card are aware of the Matrix, and it's something that you have long ago kind of decided you didn't want to be a part of anymore. And if all this is new information to you, then I do feel like this was even divine even in that right, because this would be what you needed to know so that you can get into some research. Because I know that even anything that I'm talking about right now, if it's new information or something that you're not quite familiar with, because I know that you know this I embrace the all card 3 people, that your nature is to look things up and research and study. You guys are going to go and look up this stuff, and you should. But yeah, I see you guys as being very wise people, as being people that are not with the precipice of like, I know everything. Like, I do not get that vibe from you guys at all. I feel like you guys are just like, I want to be a student to all things. I want to learn, I want to grow, and that's how you learn. You guys specifically, that's how you guys learn and progress, is through studying, reading, experimenting. I see that some of you guys could even be into you know, spell casting, alchemy, magic. Like, you guys are just really into all things occult and metaphysical, and that's awesome. You know, try things out, try new stuff, see how it fits, how it resonates. So that's what I'm getting from you guys. Those are the positive qualities that I'm just like I feel coming from that card off the top of my head. Now I am going to go into the tarot and get a little bit more detail about you all, so give me 1 second. I'm going to shuffle really quickly. And side note, all of the tarot cards pulled will be upright for the purpose of the nature of this video. So just to let you guys know, okay? Okay, so first card. First card is Justice. Second card is Empress. Third card is the Ace of Swords. So I do see, like I said, I do see you guys just on a thirst for knowledge. I see you guys as, some of you guys, this is, like I said, with that death card that I mentioned earlier, some of you guys that vibe, even though the death card hasn't been pulled, and I don't know if it's going to be pulled, but if it hasn't, I still feel that for you guys. The Empress card just tells me that this is for some of you all is going to be the new journey. For some of you, this is the beginning, that you are at the beginning stages of this quest for knowledge and understanding who you are, what you are, where you came from. You know, possibly digging into the Akashic records to figure out where you came from. And, you know, I just see that you are on a quest to really understand what this all is with this Justice card. Like, this is you wanting to, acknowledging that, you know, what you have always been told is not necessarily the truth. And so you are challenging everything that you've ever known. I feel like some of you guys are in that mind space right now. And that's beautiful, because we always want to go towards what resonates with us and come from a place of pure love and understanding of self and of things that we are connected to. So I do see you guys, some of you all are in the beginning stages of that. And so let's see. Judgment. Some of you guys are going to be walking into your purpose. I do see that. Some of you guys are going to be possibly in your dreams if you haven't already. Some of you guys are going to be getting some little pieces of helpful information in your dreams. So for those that do resonate with that, an advice that I could give you is to start going to sleep with a notebook and a pen next to you, or if you guys are super fancy and you have one of those little devices where you can record your thoughts and stuff. I know a lot of lawyers use that. If you have one of those, then sleep with that next to you. But basically, I'm saying that because when you do get into dream space and you do get notifications or messages, or your guides are trying to speak with you and communicate things that you feel like you would need to know when you wake up, go ahead and when the first thing you do when you wake up is write down what it was that you were told or what it was that you felt, okay? Because some of you guys may be receiving premonitions. Some of you guys may be just receiving messages in general that will be useful to you in your waking experience. So that's just a tip for you guys. But yeah, some of you guys are going to be walking into your purpose or uncovering your purpose very soon, and that's beautiful because, you know, who doesn't want to know what their purpose is? And I say that because a lot of times what we have found, well, what people's experiences have been is, and I said this before, that the embracing the all card typically also includes people who are just recently undergoing a spiritual awakening of sorts. So a lot of times with that spiritual awakening comes a new purpose, or a purpose in general. If you never knew your purpose before, things start to resonate with you more than they have ever done in the past. And so don't be surprised when that starts happening, okay? But I do see you guys as someone that is eager to learn, eager to experience new things with this Ace of Swords. With this Ace of Swords energy right there. So that is a positive quality, because I mean, you know, it's just refreshing to, you know, be around people that are constantly on the quest to know and expand and grow. or at least a lot of people would appreciate that. I would appreciate that, because that challenges, if I had a bunch of people around me that always wanted to learn and grow and expand and become better than they were yesterday, that's going to inspire me too. Like that energy, it starts to like, it starts to like spread. All right. So think of it like that. Just a few more cards for you guys for group 3. Card 3. Let's see. So we have the 7 of Cups. Oh, okay. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. And let's do one more. Okay. And then we have the 8 of Swords. So I do see you guys as being those that, have, you're so open to so many different concepts now. And I do think that a word of advice, especially with this 8 of Swords, and that's what I'm referring to, is that while you're so excited and eager to explore and learn everything, take your time, okay? Because even with this 6 of Pentacles, there is going to be some balance to it all. So you don't want to feel overwhelmed, essentially, is what I'm saying. And I feel like it could be easy for you guys, especially for some of you all, for those that are on this new journey of learning self and learning who you are. It could be overwhelming. It can feel like it's overtaking you, and it's not going to do that. But you just want to try to focus on one. Okay, acknowledge that you have all of these options in front of you, and that the options they will still be there, but pick one for right now. Focus on trying to understand that concept, and then go to the next one. Okay, because I see you guys as being super eager and like ready, and you just like, you come from this place of like, oh, I've been missing out, and now I have so much to make up for, and that's not. Oh, excuse me. That is not the case. Okay, you guys have you guys have time. Okay, so don't rush the process, and just know that everything is in balance. That's the way this universe works. Everything must always be balanced. Okay, when there's not balance, bad things happen. Okay, so I'm gonna pull an oh my gosh. Ooh. As I was talking, 3 fell out, so I'm gonna keep those 3. Even though I was only initially going to pick 1, I do feel led to keep those 3. So they are, oh, okay, so you got part of fortune, and it's increase. Then you've got Libra. Yo, that's like the 3rd card or like vibe that I've gotten that's about balance. So yeah, that's really telling. That just tells me you guys, throughout this quest of knowledge and understanding things and wanting to learn as much as you possibly can, you must make sure that you are balancing everything out. Okay, don't indulge too much on one thing and neglect the other. Okay, so I will say that that's what I'm definitely getting from that Libra I balance card. But also in that, I do see, when I see this increase, I do see expansion for you guys. I do see you guys being able to create this lifestyle for yourself that really centers around the quest for understanding and knowledge, and then in turn turning around and helping those who were at one point where you were, where they were trying to obtain this stuff. And also, side note, I do see like crazy libraries for you guys. Like I see you guys, once you get settled, for those of you who aren't settled in your house, or those of you who are settled, I do see you guys just amounting to like an insane library of like books and articles and thesis papers and all kinds of stuff. Some of you guys may be going back to school even, but I do see like a crazy library for you guys. So that's just something that I saw. And then the last one is life's debts. And this also can go back to that justice card where, and also when I said earlier about the Akashic records, where I feel like some of you guys are going to start to go into the understanding the way karma works, understanding what karma is, because there's a lot of misconceptions about karma. I know it's popular to say, oh, that's karma because something bad happened to you, but that's not what that means. And so yeah, I do feel like some of you guys are going to be going back and reading about yourselves and understanding your past lives. If that resonates with you, that's what I see you guys going into. And I do see you guys possibly helping other people do that as well. I see you guys wanting to help in the end. Some of you guys that picked this are, like I said, in the beginning phases of learning all of this. So you guys are quite the student and very, like, green to a lot of the concepts. But I do see you guys, because this is just part of your quality, I do see you guys wanting to help and share and pull people forward as well. I so like the mentor version of that, where like you've obtained a certain amount of knowledge and understanding, so then you go back and help those who are wanting to do the same and make it just a little bit easier for them than it was for you, and then hope that they repeat that same cycle and make it easier for those who come after them. I see that being something you guys are interested in, so I wish you luck in that endeavor. But that's going to be it for your reading. I hope this resonates with you. If it did, ashe, I'm so grateful. And don't forget to subscribe down below for more videos with me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye. Okay, so this is going to be for those that picked card number 4. Right? Yeah, card number 4. So right off the top, we have a woman who looks like she is inquisitively staring at these different colored spheres or orbs, whatever you want to call it, or however you want to decipher it. It's fine with me. But she is looking at them very intently, and she seems very focused. So we're going to go ahead and remove the bottom card so we can see what the word says. And the word right here is, or the phrase is, I create harmony. Okay, and so I see this card and I immediately I just am feeling for you guys that you are very creative people, that some of you guys are dancers, painters, animators. I just see you guys, singers, musicians, just the arts, anything that would be classified under the arts. I see you guys really being those of you guys who picked this, and that's probably why you picked it, because the shapes and the colors of the card, they're very different and unique. But I do see that some of you guys are very artistic, and I do feel like some of you guys, like, that is how you communicate with other people. You guys might not be the best like vocal speakers, but you guys can perform your ass off, is what I'm getting from this card. And I feel like you guys are just able to really connect with people and other things in that nature as well. Like, I feel like you guys would prefer to be singing than to talk. I feel like you guys make great composers, and you guys you're just naturally artistic and inclined to express yourselves in that way. And so that's what I'm getting from this card right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the tarot to kind of give some more details on this card. Now keep in mind, the cards that I'm pulling are going to be all upright, and that's just for the sake of the nature of this video, so just to keep that in mind. But yes, I do feel like that for this card, that some of you guys are very artistic, some of you guys are very really good at expressing yourself and expressing where you are and where you come from in the form of a song or a dance or a picture, a painting, anything like that. So that's just something that I am getting. But I'm going to go ahead and go into the tarot to look at some cards to give me a little bit more detail about the the attractive qualities. Oh, card just flew out. 1 second. Alright, so we have the Chariot, we have the Hanged Man. So some of you guys, you guys are, I feel like some of you guys kind of feel like you guys are good at doing both. Like, I feel like you guys are homebodies, but when you are on the stage, you are on the stage, and you know how to tap in and tune into whatever it is that you need to tune into to be effective. I see you guys being able to touch different types of people from different walks of life. I feel like you guys are able to just really transform a room. Like, you walk into a room and people automatically stare at you. They say, who is this person? Where did this person come from? The strength card is very self-explanatory, but I do feel like you guys really are good at relying on yourself. You guys are good at pulling from the wisdom that you've acquired from self. And like I said, that goes hand in hand with this hangman, which for this reading I am feeling like is more just of the homebody. Like, you don't really like to go out and party, because I think that you get enough exposure doing what it is that you like to do. So when you are home, you kind of like to go back and go inside and internal. And some of you guys may be really big into yoga and meditation as well, by the way. But I do feel like you guys really do kind of split yourselves between the performer and the person that is at home, and you guys do it very well, actually. I feel like that's where your strength comes into, is that you guys balance this out nicely, okay? Oh, and the Queen of Pentacles is here too, so some of you guys are very successful creators, which is really cool. But I do feel like you guys are very mature-minded when it comes to your home life, and I think that your home life is actually like your safe haven. So it's very quiet. I feel like some of you guys are not inclined to just have any and everyone at your house. Like, your house is not the place to be at. People would never describe your house or your residence as that, even though you might be the place to be wherever you are when you're performing. But when you decide that, okay, I'm going to tone it down, I'm going to go back to, who I am outside of the artist or the performer or the painter or whatever people know me as, because I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, people do know you. People know who you are, or they will. And so you guys are going to have that aspect, but there's also going to be a whole other aspect that not many people get to see. Not many people get to see that other aspect because it's your home life. So this is really meant for like your really, really close friends and family. Not really the masses, but I do see that you are really good at balancing that out. So that's cool. What else? Knight of Cups. I see the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So yeah, you guys are very, I feel like you guys are very easily able to connect with other people. I feel like some of you guys may be, Cancer, Scorpios, or Pisces. But I do feel like you guys are able to really, you guys are very, hell, you might even be Geminis, because this is really just split. Like there's a side of you that is this super creative, super powerful, like person that, like, when people see you like in your like, in your zone, they're in awe. But at the same time, you really do become a whole different person when you are like at home, and you're very chill, you're very calm, cool, and collected. And it's even like almost like Beyonce vibes. Like, how Beyonce, sorry, I might be going left with this, but you know how Beyonce is like this like Sasha Fierce character on stage, and she's like this just like real certified badass, like just comes on stage and dominates. But then if you see her like on the streets or whatever, like she's been mistakenly considered shy, even though she's not shy, she's just quiet and reserved. But like, you would never think that if all you saw were her concerts. Like, that's what I get from you guys. Like, you guys have this like energy of like, you like the attention and the exposure, and that's something that you've naturally just accepted because of the kind of person that you are and the talent that you have. But you do find it important and necessary to really make sure that you're balancing all of that out with your own time to, reboot, re-energize, go back within, meditate, just kind of make sure that you are keeping things into perspective. And so that's dope. I think that's really cool that you guys are able to do that, or that you guys are learning how to do that, because some of you guys might not be there yet, but I know that this does resonate for some of you. So that's really cool. I'm going to pull like one more card or so. Yeah, and then we pulled the Empress card. So, why are my cards crooked? Okay, that's better. Then we pulled the Empress card. So that just tells me right here that some of you guys are in the beginning stages of doing this, of being able to learn how to marry well your talent and natural creativity with the whole world and how that looks and how that works and what that feels like and looks like. I do feel like for some of you guys, you might be introverted, and that will be a very interesting thing to see how you, oops, I hit the camera, sorry. That will be interesting to see how you balance it all out. But I do feel like for some of you guys, you're going to get it and it's going to be fine. You just have to make sure that this Knight of Cups with this Knight of Wands energy, you just have to make sure that you are keeping that hangman energy, which is just making sure that you're okay. Yourself is okay. Yourself is okay. Making sure that you are okay. Making sure that you take care of yourself first and foremost. But yeah, I do see you guys as being very creative and very, like naturally just like, like ooh type of person, like someone, like you do something or you sing something and everybody just stops and stares at you. And if you're not used to it, you might want to get used to it, okay? Especially if this is something you're trying to pursue as a career. Okay, and I'm going to pull an oracle card just to wrap this up. Alright, I'm going to pull two. I pulled 4th house, roots, and the Grand Trine blessings card. So I do feel like this is something that the energy and the kind of ability that you have may be something that was passed down. Maybe your mother or your grandmother has had it, has had this ability, and maybe you were the first person in your family to really create this whole world. Maybe you're the first person to have the opportunity to really do something with the talent where it can really help people, inspire people, encourage people. And so I do feel like in a way that there will be blessings coming from all of this. I mean, and even the fact that there's a Queen of Pentacles right on the side of this card, like I do believe that some of you guys are walking in your purpose, which is to be a blessing, to use your talent and your ability to perform, to dance, to sing, to play the musical instrument that you have gotten to a place where you're really good at playing, to create that piece of art that people are willing to spend, thousands of dollars on because of how inspired and moving that painting is to them. I do feel like in many ways you will be considered a blessing to other people. And when you are a blessing to other people, the way energy flows, when you're a blessing to others, people will bless you and as a result of that. And so I don't see you guys really being one to struggle with money or with money or to obtain money. I do see people taking care of you and making sure that you are taken care of. And like I said, that's just the result of being such a beautifully, kind spirit, a spirit that's giving of themselves, of their body, to tell the story or to, sing the song. You have that, you just have that factor about you. I do get that from the cards as well. So yeah, that's what I'm really getting from you guys for card number 4, people, the I Create Harmony people. I think that's really awesome that that's something that you picked. And if these cards in this whole pile resonate with you, ashe, I am so grateful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. Okay, hello, card number 4, people, those who picked this card right here. This is what she looks like. She's got like this really funky blue hairstyle. She's got that third eye open, if you can see. She's got that open. She's definitely looking up at it. And yeah, she's got this like really like Madonna looking outfit going on. Yeah, she's with all of it. And so we're gonna go ahead and remove the card so we can see what it says. Ooh, it says, hold on, I'm gonna put another card behind it so you can see it. It says, I follow my inner guidance. And that makes sense why she's looking at her third eye, if you can see it right there. She's looking at her third eye. Well, that makes sense why she's, looking there, because the third eye is what, when people say, like, is your third eye open? It helps you stay in tune with self, with source. It helps you have the ability to kind of see beyond the nuances of this matrix and what this whole what everything is. It just gives you so much more clarity when your third eye is open, and when that when you're not blocking that third eye. So hold on a second, I'm trying to get my station situated. Anyway, so off the top, those of you guys who picked this card, I feel like you guys are the misfits of the group. You guys are different. You guys are the ones that do not really subscribe to what society is saying to do. You guys have always some of you guys really have always really followed the beat of your own drum. You don't look like everyone else. You don't dress like everyone else. And you've never really done what everyone else is telling you to do. And so because of that, some of you guys made very poor students in class. Some of you guys are very bright people, but just not in the way society would deem you. I feel like you guys are, like I said, because you march to the beat of your own drum, like you never really had an interest in doing what everyone else was doing. And so that meant, school was probably not the best thing for you to do with your time. That's what you felt. I kicked my camera, sorry. Yeah, but some of you guys just kind of always felt like you were being called to do something different, and maybe something that no one in your life has ever heard of, seen before, could reference, but you knew that whatever it is that you were called to do was something that you had to kind of just go with your gut and do, even if it meant that your family was going to look at you like you were crazy. You were okay with that, or maybe you weren't okay with that, but you knew that you being called to do something greater was more important than your family's approval. And if this is something that resonates with you, but it's something that you haven't done yet, like you're contemplating going a certain direction, I definitely would say, just like what this card says, follow your inner guidance. I feel like you guys should spend time opening up your third eye chakra so that you can see what it is that you need to see, so that you can be led in the way that is not influenced by this outside world and what everyone else is doing. All right. But yeah, I do feel like you guys are very different. You guys are, like I said, you're the misfits of the group. And I love misfits. Just want to put that out there. That is definitely a compliment. In fact, one of my companies has the word misfit in it. That's how much I love that word. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the tarot to get a little bit more detail about you guys as far as your qualities, the things that are attracted to you. Because, side note, the tarot that I'm about to read, they're all going to be read upright just for the sake and purpose of this video and the nature of this video. So I hope that you understand that. But before I get into the tarot, I really want to say also, because I'm getting this message as well, that some of you all are just, how do I say this? Okay. Some of you all, you understand that you are called to be something that is not familiar to this world, as far as what is being depicted on, social media, on TV, on YouTube. You're gonna be different, and I mean, you are different, but the things that you're doing are going to be different. And I'm being told to tell you, not told, but I just get this message that, you guys, some of you guys are going to have to be okay with that, with being different, with being looked at as, someone that doesn't, that's not following the status quo. You guys are not called to blend in. You guys are not called to do what everyone else is doing. And I feel like some of you guys understand that, and some of you guys are still fighting against that. And so for those that are fighting against that, I just really feel like I'm being led to tell you to stop fighting, essentially. Stop fighting against that, because there's so much freedom with accepting who you are and what you're called to be and who you're called to be, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the tarot. Shuffling just a little bit. All right, first card. And I just said that, and this is the card that comes up, is the Two of Swords. So yeah, some of you guys are being, you guys are kind of stuck on picking a path, picking what you want to do. Like I said, you're a misfit that's still trying to blend in, and it's kind of not helping you. It's not going to aid you in what it is that you're really designed to do here. Okay, so some of you guys have a big decision to make very soon, I feel. Oh, okay, the Fool card. So yeah, there's some of you guys that are, while there's some that are feeling stuck, others of you are just like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, let's go. Let's do this thing. This is new. I know I'm different. I know that I may be looked at as, not prepared and like nobody understands what I'm doing. People think that I'm just really about to fall off this cliff and just that'll be the end of me, but little do they know, like, that's the vibe I'm getting from some of you. So some of you guys are just very optimistic and happy about the assumed role that you're taking on, and that's cool. And then let's see, yeah, you're very happy about that, and you're chill, and I feel like very soon some of you guys will be finding like your group. Like I feel like some of you guys, this is literally, I'm for some reason, okay, I don't know why, but I am getting the Divergent movie vibes. Like some of you guys are going to end up finding your clique of people that just get you, that just understand you, and it'll be super easy to be yourself with them because you were not usually, you weren't really able to be yourself around the people that you're used to being around, like your friends and family. Maybe you guys are in a small, like lived in a small town and you just felt like, I can't really be who I want to be because, I'm in this town of 350 people. But then you move to like a whole other area and now you find all these people that think exactly how you think or similar, and they compliment you and they call this out of you, and so, but all of this does require decision making, which some of you guys have yet to do. So I do want to point that out there. Let's see what else. All right, we have the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands? Yeah, the 6 of Wands. So yeah, I do see this ending very happy. I feel like you guys, like I said, even with that 6 of Wands, right, and then I did kind of, not purposefully, well, I did purposefully, but like now that I'm really looking at it, like putting that 6 of Wands right next to the 4 of Wands, I do feel like some of you guys you really are going to find people that are very like-minded, and that's going to be such a nice and like breath of fresh air experience for you all. And then on the other side of that, I do feel like some of you guys, like following your inner guidance and being able to do that is going to really result in just a lot of peace for you guys. Peace that maybe you're not really accustomed to having yet. But I do feel like for some reason, you're coming into a place where you didn't always used to have friends and people that understood you, and I see that kind of changing for you. And you following this path, this Fool card, where you're just like, I know I'm good, I'm taking care of the universe, I'm being led. Even the Fool card, like he's being led by his inner guidance. Like he just doesn't care about what's going on around him. You know what I mean? Like he's unfazed by any of that. And that's what you guys are called to be and are walking in, some of you, and some of you are not, and you're doing this Two of Swords stuff. What else? Let's see. Yeah. 8 of Wands and Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's time for you guys to take massive action. And I feel like that's really directed to those of you guys who are feeling like caught in between choosing to actually follow what it is that your third eye is telling you, which is connected to source. Some of you guys are fighting against that, and they're just telling you to stop. It's time to stop fighting. It's time to stop running. It's time to stop living in a state of denial and take some action, okay? Because for some of you all, there is freedom on the other side of that. I'm going to pull an oracle card. Let's see. Oh, escape. 12th house, escape. So, really quickly, the way that, or at least this is my understanding, when we get into understanding chakras, right? There are main chakras that are the most popular chakras that we talk about. And the very first one is the root chakra, and that is located at the base of the spine, like the lowest part of your spine. And that deals with survival. I feel like for some of you all, you have yet to get out of the survival mindset, and perhaps that's why it's hard for you to continue up the path of the chakras, to open up the ones that need to be opened. I feel like for some of you all, there's a little bit of hesitance because you haven't yet allowed the transformation that's supposed to be happening to happen to you. I don't know if this is making any sense whatsoever, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it because I feel this push to say these things, and to be quite frankly, I'm a little uncomfortable. But I do feel like they're showing, for some of you guys, the tarot is showing you that there is a whole other side of what a lifestyle can look like, and I just feel like they are calling you to really rely on yourself and to really follow source. Okay, they say like follow your heart, follow your gut, and all of that's good, but I think that what they're specifically saying for those who picked card number 5 is that you guys are so intuitive, and you guys are so insightful. You guys are seers, you guys are healers, and the way you walk in that is to make sure that you are silencing the mind, and you can be led by your third eye, essentially. So that's what I'm seeing. Even with that escape card, I just feel like there's this need for you guys to kind of just let go of some things, and I feel like the issue is figuring out whether or not to let it go or to keep hold of it. It's almost like the fear of letting something go, but then it keeps so you hold on to it, but holding on to it keeps you from being able to have your arms open to obtain what needs to come to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, that might be just a little deep. That's probably the deepest I've gotten with any of the other decks or the other cards that I've read so far. But I am feeling that, and actually I am feeling also inclined to pull more cards. So that's what I'm going to do. Temperance. So there's some balance that needs to be that is going to be happening with you guys, and I do see again this 10 of Pentacles card. There's so much love on the other side. There's people that are going to be there that are going to love on you and understand you and know where you're coming from, and they're going to accept who it is that you are, and the things that you may feel like you are weird or different about or insecure about are going to be highlighted as something that is an asset to you. Okay, but there is a little bit of needing to learn self. With that Page of Wands, there is a bit of needing to learn who you are and embrace and accept who you are, so that you can follow your inner guidance. And you can only follow your inner guidance when you're aware that it's there and you tune in and tap into it so that you can hear when it's saying it. And some of you guys, that will entail a completion of sorts, not even a I was going to say a reboot, but it's not a reboot. It's really just you kind of silencing the mind. That's what I'm getting from that Ten of Swords card. You're needing to silence the mind so that you can properly hear when Source is speaking to you, or God, or higher self, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. But I do feel like we need to, and I was just talking to my fiance about this, about the mind and how the mind can play tricks on us, and how we always have to make sure that we are coming from a place of being in a meditative state when we're trying to seek direction on how to do something, or what to do, essentially. And yeah, I do feel like there is going to be some changing and some shifting going on with you guys. Oh, I kicked it. There's going to be some changing and shifting going on with you guys, this Temperance and this Ten of Swords here, and you just have to be ready and optimistic, okay? Everything is going to be okay. Anyway, I am resonating with the end of that. So if this resonated with you, I am very grateful and ashe to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye.